Lighthouse for the Blind and Visually Impaired logo, Pullman Prize logo, Berkeley Film Foundation logo. White words on a black background. On July 21, 2018, Ahmet Ustunel became the first blind person to attempt to kayak independently across the Bosphorus Strait in Istanbul, Turkey, one of the world's busiest shipping channels. Every day, hundreds of cargo ships, tankers, fishing boats, and ferries travel through the dense passageway. These dangers typically prohibit kayakers from crossing. On the Bosphorus Strait, a large red tanker with the word lighthouse across the side. On shore, Ahmet prepares for his crossing. He kneels next to his kayak, surrounded by media, friends, and onlookers. Speaking to his engineer, Marty Stone.
I don't know if the speaker is working.
Oh, really?
He tests his accessible navigational devices.
Yep. This sensor is, this buzzer is not working.
The buzzers are okay. I'm not going to use buzzers.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm not going to use buzzers.
You're not going to use the buzzer, so as long as it says right or left,
Right.
you're good. You're not going to use the haptic. Okay.
No.
Ahmet boards his kayak, surrounded by other kayakers and curious children. His wife, Jara, adjusts his long ponytail. A Turkish broadcaster speaks. We will be witnessing a first in history very soon. If you are curious about the reason, the fact is a blind man will be crossing from Asia to Europe. Across the water, the hazy Istanbul skyline. White words in print and braille read, "The Blind Captain." Back in San Francisco, Ahmet holds his white cane and waits on a train platform.
I am Ahmet Ustunel.
Ahmet enters Lowell High School.
I am an itinerant teacher of the visually impaired. I go to different schools and I work with visually impaired kids who are going to mainstream schools. So one of my school is this one, Lowell High School. This is the algebra.
In the classroom, Ahmet prints braille and tactile
This was
teaching
actually
materials.
last week, but she missed it, so
Reading braille.
she's gonna take it today. Well, I went to school for the blind for 5 years, and then I went to mainstream. And in mainstream, at that time, we didn't have any support for blind kids. So you are on your own throughout your education. And I had really awesome, dedicated teachers. They inspired me. When I started working at this nonprofit organization with little kids, I had a chance to talk to a lot of parents who were kind of worried about the future of their children, and they were asking me, a lot of questions. And I was thinking, probably my mom had a lot of questions like this when I was growing up, but, she didn't have anybody to ask these questions. So I thought, if I become a teacher, maybe I can help parents to figure out, and I can also help kids to figure out, how to deal with different challenges.
On a lake, Ahmet prepares his yellow kayak before rowing out into the water.
So I started kayaking about 10 years ago, and I realized that there's not enough accessibility in terms of getting blind people out to the water. With this project, I am planning to develop some accessible devices. Before I started, I contacted dozens of engineers from all over the world. Finally, I got in touch with Marty Stone, who lives in Georgia. He's developing the main navigation device for me. And he sent me a prototype he made a couple of years ago for blind rowers. And he's working on a new device, more sophisticated, more complicated device that will help me with my navigation on the water.
In his kitchen, Ahmet cuts bread.
Lara, what was your first impression of Ahmet?
snuggled on the couch next to his wife,
At the
Jara.
time, he had like a leather jacket and sunglasses, and he may or may not have been carrying a backpack full of beer that he had smuggled into campus because he was the only one of his friends who could like get away with smuggling the beer on this campus where alcohol was not allowed. And so, yeah, he seemed just like a fun, cool person. And so over time, I discovered that he was like the most amazing person ever. But when I first met him, I was just like, oh, guy with a backpack full of beer.
In his living room, Ahmet assembles a folding kayak.
And I think this trip is really important because it combines a lot of Ahmet's really cool hobbies and things he really enjoys doing and his love of technology and kayaking. But I think it's also important in a bigger way because it shows how technology and the environment can be changed to make things more accessible. I think is really, really cool and really important.
Ahmet rocks back and forth to get a feel for the new kayak.
I am in the ocean. Where is my paddle? You wanna try? You should. Yeah. I'm wondering. I should my paddles here too. Let's see how big are these.
With 54 days until the crossing, Ahmet organizes his gear and packs for the trip to Istanbul.
So how do you feel? Are you excited or is it just like another trip?
I should be excited, but it doesn't feel like I am going pretty soon right now. Because I'm still working and I have still a lot to do before I go. But I think I will start feeling it when I get on the plane. Although I am packing.
So what are you going to do when you first get out there?
What will I do? Spend time with family and then see my mom.
From the plane, a view of scattered clouds below. A Turkish airline plane lands on the runway. In a taxi, Ahmet rides through the hectic and vibrant streets of Istanbul. A guitarist plays in a lush city square. On the water, a boy does a backflip off a boat. Turkish flags billow in the wind. At Ahmet's family dining table, Dilara speaks. They have placed the microphone on top of us so that our chewing sounds would be heard. Ahmet speaks. Yeah, chewing sounds are coming like om nom nom. In the kitchen, Ahmet's mother pours steaming cups of Turkish tea.
So the plan is the kayaks, Seda will be on my left, about 15-20 meters, and Camilla will be on my right, like behind and right and behind and left, about 15-20 meters. And the chase boats will be, I think, on both sides, next to them.
And are they stopping traffic like as an extra measure, or is it a time that traffic would be stopped anyway? Like
They are stopping the traffic for a while.
because of your crossing.
Yeah.
But as far as like actual safety, I feel like Seda and Camilla provide more safety other than just like the ambulance.
Yeah, I mean, kayakers can rescue each other.
Yeah.
Ahmet's aunt and mother flip through photos of young Ahmet at the beach. Ahmet's mother, Emine Ustunel, speaks.
Ahmet'in annesiyim. Ahmet hiçbir şeyden soyutlanmadan
I didn't isolate
her şeyi,
Ahmet from
diğer
anything.
çocuklar nasılsa Ahmet ve
Ahmet is
aynı.
the same for me as other children.
Onlarla beraber o toplumun içinde Ahmet çok
At first, I
rahat.
was very excited and scared after he started using a cane.
Öyle.
How will he go? How will
Yalnız
he
çıktığı
come?
zaman.
But thankfully, all went
Baston
well.
kullanmaya başladıktan sonra ilk zamanlar tabii çok heyecanlandım, korktum. Acaba nasıl gidecek, nasıl gelecek? Ama çok şükür.
So the Bosphorus, the
hepsi
stream,
yolunda.
the excitement, the fear. Let's not say
Yani tabii
fear.
Boğaz akıllı
He'll be
olduğu için
successful, I hope.
heyecan, korku demeyelim de artık onu tabii inşallah
When
başaracak.
Ahmet was 6 months
Ahmet
old,
6
he
aylık
was
zaten
already
denizle
acquainted with the sea.
tanıştı. Hep denizde, suda olan bir çocuk. Onun korkusu yok.
Of
Ama
course,
bende tabii
because of the
heyecan
strong
var.
current in the Bosphorus,
Yaptığı
I
her
feel
şeyi de
fear.
şimdiye kadar başardı.
Let's
Bunu
not
da
say
başaracak
fear.
inşallah. Ama
I hope
heyecanlıyım,
he'll be
tabii dualar
successful.
ediyor.
He doesn't fear, of course. Ahmet unravels a bundle of cords and puts on headphones.
Well, right now I'm testing a navigation system. So it has two components. One of them is a small GPS box, and the other one is control system. So they communicate with each other, and the navigation box takes the GPS signal, and the control box has the sound and the vibration, and it tells you, which way to go and headings and all that stuff. So now we are trying to catch the GPS signal from the satellite.
At the dock, Ahmet and his kayaking trainer, Seda Tunca, walk in the sunshine carrying large backpacks
So
full
what
of
we're
gear.
gonna do, we're gonna rent a boat, and we're gonna be recording the actual routes in the boat on Ahmet's GPS system, and then we're gonna be crossing to the other side, and we're gonna be recording in every 500 meters on his GPS system, and then we're gonna see if it's like possible to like land easily in couple spots.
An animated graphic shows Ahmet's journey across the strait from Asia to Europe. On a boat, Ahmet and Seda sit with navigational devices sprawled on the table in front of them. Ahmet holds a talking GPS to his ear. Ahmet, Seda, and the boat captain discuss the best route across the strait based on several factors: people swimming, direction of the current, and other potential obstacles.
Orası hem şey meşgul de değil. Burada dikkat etmen gerekiyor.
Aynen, burada biraz hızlı davranacağız o zaman.
So he came here for spotting on the land last week. I haven't seen this place before, so like he was asking me like if this place would be suitable for landing for us on the crossing day, because his family and friends will be waiting here. But I think we can manage to land over here on the left-hand side, which is less busy. So that's the plan for now.
Foamy water furrows out alongside the boat. Ships pass on the shimmering water. Back at his mother's home, Ahmet drinks a beer and speaks to AT&T engineer Marty Stone.
Will be arriving next week, and I can't wait. I know Aldrin is also really excited. So, before we get any further along, I want you to hear something, okay? So, let me turn the beeping back on. Can you hear that?
Yes, that's my guy. That's my guy.
The current system you have should hopefully be working now. We found a problem with why we weren't receiving any cell information. If there's any way you can do any, testing or using it, that and also the nav unit. So if you get a chance to do some playing around or testing with it, please do so.
Well, today actually I took it on the boat, and we recorded the route I'm gonna take. So
good.
yeah, I don't know if it's showing up in the system, but it was working fine. So I ran it for about an hour both ways, and it was working fine.
Okay, let me try again. But I've looked at the link periodically, and I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
But that's okay. It's all right. We'll get it sorted out. The last time we checked it, when it was working, you were connecting to the cloud, and you were getting an IP address. So there's no reason in the world why that traffic shouldn't be traveling across the internet to that IP address.
Ahmet and Dilara wait to cross a busy street. Ahmet texts his friend Levant. "Hey Levant, we're on the way. See you soon." Levant responds, "Great, Dilek is making dinner. We are excited to see you. It's been too long." Ahmet greets his friends Levant, Dilek, and their baby Ella Hypatia at their home. Levant speaks, "Dude, you've really let your hair grow out. If you cut it, you could lose a kilo." Ahmet speaks, "It is pirate hair. I'm going to grow a beard as well." Dilara speaks, "Oh no, when you try to wipe her mouth with a napkin, she tries to eat it." Levant speaks, "Yeah, she does that, but she hasn't really started eating yet." Ahmet speaks, "Doesn't she eat Samsun pide yet?" Levant speaks, "Actually, her grandpa started giving her watermelon. Her aunt started giving her eggplant." In the kitchen, Dilara holds the baby and speaks, "And sometimes Ahmet catches a fish, we fry it." Dilek speaks, "Oh, that's awesome." Dilara speaks, "It's nice." Dilek speaks, "Oh, that's awesome." Dilara, "It is nice." Dilek, "What type of fish are there?" Dilara, "Actually, there is anchovy over there also. It's delicious." To Ella, "Are you going to start talking soon?" Dilek, "God willing." "My name is Dilek. My husband is Levant, and my daughter's name is Ella Hypatia. I didn't have independent mobility in Samsun. I wanted to use it, but my family didn't let me go out alone. When I came to Istanbul, since nobody was stopping me, I've started developing my independent mobility. Parents worry mostly when you decide to marry someone, and they think that two blind people cannot have a marriage. Two blind people can have a great marriage.
Hayır, iki kör gayet güzel evlilik yapabiliyorlar.
Vallahi Ahmet ne hayallerim var anlatamam sana.
Levant speaks. "Honestly, Ahmet, I'm dreaming about it so much that I can't tell you. I'm waiting for her. I wish I could give her a pill or something to make her grow up and become 4 years old immediately. I would take her to the Technology Center for the Blind at once. A crowd meets the ferry. In a restaurant, Ahmet eats and chats with a large group of friends.
Whatever it was playing. It was jumping around, going in and out of the water. I mean, I don't know. It could have been a dolphin too. I mean, or a bigger.
Dilara is here. Where is Marty? Marty is here? Hey. Hey, Marty.
Marty
Hey,
greets
how's it
Ahmet
going?
for the first
See you
time,
finally.
squeezing his shoulders.
Nice to meet
They
you
hug,
too.
raising their glasses. On the night before the crossing, the sun sets over the minarets of the elaborate blue mosque.
I'm gonna wake you up tomorrow if you don't.
Film
get up.
producer speaks with Ahmet.
What time do you want it?
Don't let me sleep. Well,
we have to be there at 9.
we have to be there around 8:30.
Oh.
And planning.
So we'll leave here on. We'll leave.
7:30.
We'll be on the Dolmuş at 7:30.
Yeah.
Leave the hotel at 7:20.
Well, let's say leave the hotel at 7:30. Be at the Dolmuş at like 7:40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the morning, Ahmet and Dilara rush down a quiet street before climbing into a taxi. At the strait, the docks bustle with activity. Crouching beside the kayak, Ahmet and Marty test and adjust the navigational devices.
Yes. I don't know if the speaker is working.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Yeah. This sensor is. I mean, this buzzer is not working.
Members of the media
buzzers
mull
are okay.
around with
I'm not
cameras
gonna
and
use buzzers.
microphones.
Yeah, I'm not going to use buzzers.
You're not going to use the
No.
buzzer, so as long as it says right or left,
Right.
you're good. You're not going to use the haptic. Okay.
No.
Back to the main menu.
Yeah.
Okay. C.
It says strip file number 14. Starting auto recording.
Well, we can't do any playback.
No.
You want to disconnect it?
No, it's clearly there's some kind of a switch problem with the keypad.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm gonna use Mr. Beep.
Seriously?
Yeah. I'm gonna use Mr. Beep and my phone. It should be okay. I have a compass on my phone. I'll take the compass direction. through the radio, and then I also mark waypoints. Seda'ya sorarsan.
Folding his white cane, Ahmet speaks. Seda, look, my sister is here. Seda speaks. Yes, will you change your shoes, Ahmet? The camera returns to the opening scene, moments before Ahmet enters his kayak. A Turkish broadcaster speaks on camera. We will be witnessing a first in history very soon. If you are curious about the reason, the fact is a blind man will be crossing from Asia to Europe. On the water, Ahmet sets off, paddling hard to build momentum. On another boat, Dilara watches eagerly as they follow Ahmet from several hundred feet away. She and a few friends and family members laugh and chat in anticipation while they watch, pointing to Ahmet in the distance.
Ahmet acaba önceden geçti mi bile?
Ahmet geri dönüyormuş.
Ahmet geçmiş geri dönüyormuş. Bakalım. O beyaz mı acaba? Beyaz
ama
yok.
onda da kürek var.
Onda da kürek var ha.
Ahmet'i dönemek. Küreksiz oldu.
In a cutaway shot, Ahmet paddles his kayak by foot. Back on the boat, the group jokes expectantly and crane their necks to see whether Ahmet has finished his crossing.
Bu onun güvenlik botu o kadar dalga yapıyorsa
Evet,
geçmiş
Marty
olmalı,
spots
değil mi?
Ahmet, pointing him out in the
You see him?
distance.
Where?
Hayır, hiçbir şey yok. Take these steps up.
Another cutaway shows Ahmet on the water, with several other kayakers trailing behind. Dilara looks out over the boat railing for a better view, searching for Ahmet and his kayak, but he has already crossed the finish line. Back on the dock, a crowd of friends, family, and journalists have gathered around Ahmet. Ahmet smiles and laughs while reuniting with his friends and loved ones. Ahmet beams on shore as he poses for a photo with his mother, sister, and Dilara. Ahmet and Dilara laugh and giggle together. Dilara gazes lovingly at Ahmet. Dilara speaks. How was it? Ahmet. It was okay. It was easy. Since I only had an hour, I rushed and finished it quickly. Dilara speaks. You're fast. Ahmet speaks. I had to be fast. Engin walks down the dock to congratulate Ahmet. They hug. Engin speaks. Hey Ahmet, what's up? Ahmet speaks. Good, how are you? Engin speaks. How did it go? Ahmet, good. Engin, congratulations, you already finished. If I knew, I would have been here earlier. Boat captain speaks. First of all, my apologies. I interrupt to say congratulations. I wish you continual success. What a fast paddle that was. I couldn't catch up with you in a 100 horsepower boat. He holds Ahmet's face. My dear Ahmet. Ahmet speaks. Thank you. I didn't train for a month for nothing. Boat captain speaks. Bravo. Congratulations. I wish you success. A shot from above zooms up and away from the crowd of people and boats along the dock. Levant speaks. By passing from Asia to Europe only by his own muscle power and some technological support, Ahmet traveled for 19 minutes. But I think maybe he created a ripple effect that will last for 19 years or maybe 190 years. A crowd celebrates Ahmet's success on the dock. At the Lighthouse for the Blind and Visually Impaired Gala in San Francisco, Ahmet accepts the Holman Prize for Blind Ambition. He places the Holman Prize medal over his neck and gathers on stage with fellow prize winners below a sign that reads, "Celebrate Blind Ambition." At the podium,
as far as I can
Ahmet
remember, I loved water. And growing up, I was a very active and independent kid. I loved finding ways to make activities accessible for myself. For example, I used to swim a lot, and I loved swimming alone. by using my radio as an audio beacon.
In a cutaway sequence, Ahmet holds a radio and his white cane while walking barefoot at the ocean's edge.
And I used to put my radio on the shore or on the boat with a blasting music and swim out until I could barely hear the music and finding my way back following the sound. It works great until someone thinks you are wasting your batteries and decides to help you by turning it off and leaving you in the water with no clue about how far you are from the shore, which direction you need to swim, and where you left your clothes and your cane. Within this year, we created the first navigation system that blind people can use on the water. And the project encouraged a lot of sighted and blind people to try new things, to follow their dreams, to be the captains of their own boat. And it showed the parents of blind people what their children are capable of doing. And we also proved that just like any other public space, water belongs to everyone, including blind people.
Cut to black. Credits begin to roll.